Stop trying to fix your problems. Stop trying to make your life better. Stop trying to succeed with whatever goals you're working on right now, particularly your fitness goals. That sounds like crazy advice and it flies in the face of all the advice you've been given so far, but I'm going to explain why you should stop trying to fix your problems. It stems from the fact that whatever we focus on, we get more of. Most people have a misguided habit of focusing on their problems in an effort to fix them, but solutions will not come that way. Solutions will come from placing your focus elsewhere, and we're going to spend today's episode talking about where to place your focus and why to place your focus in a different area from how you have been placing it. So join me, check it out. This one's going to be a good one. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 27 of the Kayvman Show. Today we're talking about focus and we're talking about identity. Okay, so this is part of the mental game block. These are, you could say, mental hacks, but they're not really hacks. They're just explanations of how your mind works and how your mind and body works, and we'll give you an RX at the end to work with and see results from this stuff. So first I'm going to explain a little bit about focus. The thing you have to understand is whatever you focus on grows. Where attention goes, energy flows. Whatever you focus on, you get more of. You grow that. Your attention is like water for a plant. As you place attention on something, you are watering that plant and it will grow. Most people misuse their attention. They misuse their focus. They look for what is going wrong, where the problems in your life are. And if you analyze your thoughts over the past hour, you'll notice that most of your focus and attention has been on problems that you need to solve, things you need to think about, because the mind is led to believe that the more I think about my problems, the more I'm going to protect myself from them. And that's where worry comes from, and that's where depression comes from, that's where anxiety comes from. It's placing your attention on the wrong things. Society, probably innocently, has misguided us all into thinking that we should think about our problems, that we should focus on our problems, that we shouldn't let our problems go. Because if we let our problems go, they're going to pile up and they're going to destroy us and our life will fall apart. Now, I used to think that way and I slip into that from time to time, but that is not how your mind works. That's not how attention works. That's not how the world works. What you focus on grows. You always get more of what you focus on. So by focusing on the problem, you will at the very least maintain that problem, keep that problem going, because you are feeding that problem. And you will probably, if you are really unconscious and really unaware of what your mind is doing, grow that problem, exacerbate that problem. Don't take my word for it. Go into your own life and look if this is true or not. And look at maybe your friends or your family members, people who focus on problems. What happens? Do those problems go away or do they stay there in time? This is how a problem stays in your life for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. We all have that, right? And I see it a lot with fitness. So I'm going to zero in on fitness. Most people will focus on what they do not like about their body in an effort to change it. And this is the problem with the mind. Even when they do start getting results, I can tell you of 100 to 1,000 people off the top of my head who have done this. Even when they start getting results, they will not remove their attention from the problem and from this protracted idea that their body is a problem, right? So it's like a part of identity. I am fat. I am too skinny. I am not strong enough. I'm weak enough. That their body is a problem. They've made a self out of their body being a problem, out of having a bad body. So many people, especially in America, do this. And people who come to me, probably the biggest mental hurdle they have is switching from thinking of their body as a problem to thinking of their body positively. So let's talk about that switch now. If you buy into this idea that it's not helpful, in fact, it's very harmful to focus on everything that's wrong with your body, or your life in general, but we're talking about fitness here. It's a fitness podcast. If you buy into that idea that we need to remove our focus on what's wrong and place it on something else, then it begs the question, what do we place our attention on? We place our attention on, if we want positive results, what is going right. Okay, so self-praise, right? Being your own cheerleader. Do not wait for a coach or a trainer or your mom or society to tell you that you're doing something right. Tell yourself you're doing something right. You don't have to lie to yourself. If you're listening to this podcast right now, you're doing something positive to affect your body in the future. Changes. You are taking action, positive action, and that is where you place your attention. You place your attention on the positive. What are you doing right? What do you love about your body? What's good about your body? Don't tell me you can't find something, because the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you have ears to listen, the fact that you have eyes to see, literally 1 billion plus things have to go perfect for you to be able to see this screen or hear my voice, for you to be able to breathe, for your heart to beat by itself magically, for your lungs to take in oxygen by themselves, for food to be digested, for your skin to repair itself. Okay, now to some people this might sound corny, but if you're really in a bad situation in terms of how you see your body, if there's a lot of self-hatred, which I know people even with fantastic bodies who are quote unquote the beautiful people, who other people would find them to be their idol, who they want to be like. Men and women do this. I happen to know, because I have an inside ear to these people's thoughts and the way they see themselves, that they hate themselves, they hate their body, which is insane. Some of the people with the most beautiful, objectively speaking bodies, men and women, hate themselves the most. It's bizarre unless you know how the mind works, and it's because they're unable to shift their focus from what they don't like to what they do like. So even if their body is perfect, they still don't appreciate it, and they're tormenting themselves. What's true is, the more you focus on what is right with your body, the more not only will you feel better, but you will start to take more and more positive action, because what happens is your identity changes. Shifting your identity. When you shift your focus, let's just say from I am fat to I am healthy, right? Whatever. This is, you're going to have your own one. But when you shift that focus, your identity will shift too. And then what will happen is you will find the motivation, you will find the discipline, you will start to make better choices in very small ways at first, and then with increasing momentum, in larger ways, faster ways, bigger ways, better ways, more dramatic ways. And that is how you transform. You transform from the inside out, and it is with this little tool I'm giving you. It is a conscious choice of where you place your focus, where you place your attention, because your attention is like sunlight to plants. It is like water to plants. It is everything, right? And that is what will grow. If your attention is on your problems and all the things you're worried about, and everything that's wrong with your body, and everything that's wrong with society, all the racism and the environment and whatever it is, right? Then that will grow. Now, if you place your attention on what is right, and start with the fact that you're alive, that's always a good foundation. The fact that all these miracles happened so that you can be alive today, right now, this moment. And then, okay, well, I like this about my body, I like that about my body. And if you have lost a couple pounds, instead of saying, well, I only lost a couple pounds, saying, hell yeah, I lost a couple pounds. That's really dope. I'm stronger, I am healthier, I am faster, I am better in some way, whatever it is, right? Or I am trying, right? I'm moving in the right direction. Okay, it's slow, but I'm moving in the right direction. Place your attention there and see what happens. What will happen is your identity will shift from someone who is failing to someone who is succeeding. And then guess what? Success begets success, because the psychological law we're talking about, and the physical law too, by the way, just the law of physics, is like attracts like. Where you place your attention, where focus goes, that grows. Okay, because energy goes there, right? So, RX, Take your attention off of your problems. Stop trying to fix your problems, because trying to fix your problems just grows the problem more because your attention is on the problem. Take your attention off of it completely and place it on what is going right. That will give you the solution to your problem. Your solution will organically manifest. It will just pop up. You will see the solution. Place your attention on what is going right, what you love about your body, what you're doing right instead of what you're doing wrong. Then your identity will shift and you will notice that your body and your brain are taking you in a different direction. You will want to drink more water. You will want to eat more protein. You will want to get up and go to the gym, wake up a little bit earlier, do an extra couple reps, get an extra workout in. Place your attention on what is going right and what you want and where you are going, the direction you're going, as opposed to everything you've done wrong and everything that has gone wrong. Take your attention off what you don't like. Take your attention off the problem. Stop thinking of your body or whatever it is as a problem and stop trying to fix it as a problem. Place your attention on what is going right, what you want. That shift is going to transform you because it will shift your identity, and that is where transformation comes from. It may sound radical, but I promise you it is radical, and at the same time it is not radical, because it is just the way it works. It's just the way your psychology works. Anyone who has been successful long term has made this shift consciously or unconsciously. They have shifted their attention first, then their identity shifted, and then their body finally shifted. So that's the RX for today. Shift your attention, shift your focus, shift your identity, and then see what happens and let me know. All right.